Last week I did not put out a video. I live here in Los Angeles and we were in the middle of what felt like hell on earth. The fires were raging, it was everywhere. There were evacuation notices that people were getting on their phones. Everybody was on edge. And I, in addition to that, was mourning because several friends of mine lost their homes in the fire. And I was at a loss. I didn't know what was going on, what would go on. Here we are a week later, and it seems as if the worst of it has passed. We were supposed to have these strong winds these few days, and the winds have really calmed down. It's kind of miraculous that it hasn't been worse this week. And so this is supposed to be the last day that the winds were forecasted for, at least for now. And it seems like it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be this week. But last week was really bad. And to make matters worse, the discourse online was just really disheartening. To see all the comments, the insensitivity towards people who were suffering, the assumption that everybody whose house burnt down were rich people or people who don't deserve sympathy. Because everybody was thinking that the fires in Palisades and Malibu were the only major fires. And let me be very clear, even in those places, even for the people who had a lot of money, this was devastating. And to suggest that because you have money, you're not entitled to hold on to your memories and to your things that you've worked hard for is ridiculous. But to ignore the suffering of working class people and some poor people who lost everything in other areas, mainly Altadena. The area of Altadena is a mostly working class community. There's also a lot of people who've done well in life, but they come from generations of people who were not allowed to build or own homes in other parts of the city. And Altadena was a place where African Americans could buy land, could build homes, and they built a beautiful community filled with hardworking people, professionals, family-oriented people that made the community of Altadena one of my favorite places.
This Altadena Meadows became a place where Union soldiers and liberated slaves could mingle together. Through the mid-1900s, most of California was redlined. Banks would deny loans, insurance, and other services to people and communities of color. Altadena was one of the few areas that didn't. The Altadena Meadows was one of the first diverse neighborhoods in Southern California where black families could buy houses. In the 60s, the area's school district began to desegregate, almost 10 years before other LA County districts. By 1975, the majority of Altadena was people of color. Today, they make up most of the community, 28% Latino, 17% Black, 7% Asian. 81% of Black Altadenans are homeowners. That's twice the national rate. Sidney Poitier and Octavia Butler came from this community. Like most of SoCal, Altadena's seen rising prices over the last 20 years. With this disaster, like with Katrina and Lahaina, there's a real possibility middle and working class families won't be able to afford rebuilding. They'd lose the homes they've lived in for generations, and we'd all lose the living heritage of one of SoCal's oldest Black communities.
I have a lot of friends there, and like I said, some of them lost their homes. And it's been incredibly heart-rending. And the discourse online has just been heartbreaking. It's just added salt to the wound. And I just hope that after this, we can learn to just be considerate of others, even if you feel negatively towards the people who are suffering. You don't have to say it. We don't need to know what's going on inside your head. So, yeah, it's been really difficult. And I had recorded a couple videos last week, my usual celebrity gossip / life lesson videos. And I just didn't feel appropriate to put them out. So I will be putting them out later this week. But before I do, I wanted to come through here and let you know that it's been very hard, but we're going to be fine. I have listened for years, people saying horrible things about the people of Los Angeles. And it had been hard because The people I have met here are literally the kindest, most generous, most amazing, creative, hardworking people I have ever met in my entire life. And to hear people tear them down over the years, call them fake and they're the worst and this and that, has been difficult. But during this time, the people of LA have been able to show the world what they're really made of. And they really are some of the best people you will ever know.
Friends and I went to Costco to try to pick up things for a donations needed list. Sparse. It was just sparse. There was only one box of water left and it was messed through. When we got to the front, the cashier was like, "Are you donating?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he said that Elias showed up and basically cleaned out Costco to donate to all of our neighbors who have lost their homes. I've also seen a few people try to show up to animal shelters to help and foster, and all the animals were already taken care of. Several donation centers have stopped taking donations for now because they're overflowing. When places say they need volunteers, they actually get a lot of volunteers. So many restaurants come and feed you while you volunteer. Regular class people are shopping for strangers, not just looking for what's in their house, they are shopping. I don't think LA is the fake place a lot of you thought it was. So keep showing up and volunteering, keep donating, especially because a lot of our neighbors who lost their homes are elderly, which is just crazy. But the way LA is coming together, I'm so proud to be here. God bless this city.
This is the Dream Center in Echo Park. They've set up resources and supplies for people who've lost their houses. There's been so much overwhelming support by the public that most places, they have to turn away volunteers and they have to turn away supplies. The Dream Center so far is the only place I've been where they'll accept every single volunteer, and there's hundreds. Somebody was telling me yesterday after they got home, they looked at the health app on their phone. They clocked walking 15 miles yesterday just in this single location.
Families who didn't have anywhere else to go would allow them to bring their pets with them. So we are like the emergency boarding for that.
This is the Humane Society of Pasadena. When a tragedy is this wide, there's just so much you don't even think about. And one of those is people's pets. These are all pet supplies that have been donated for people who have lost their homes in the fire. The majority of the days, the cars have been going all the way around the block.
And I am so proud to live here. I'm very lucky that even though I was kind of close to a couple of the fires, me and my family, we are unscathed. But I feel that even if I had lost everything, I would have done everything in my power to rebuild and stay here, because there is no other place on earth I want to live in. And I love you, LA. I'm so proud of you. I am with you. I am going to be looking for opportunities to volunteer in whatever way I can and be a part of the solution. Because this is a place worth saving. It is a place worth living in. And I am one of the very fortunate people who gets to live here and call Los Angeles home. Okay, that is my little video for today. And you will be seeing more of the regular programming in the rest of the week. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.